I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. Isn't it pretty in here this time of day? Just gets me every time. Anyway, this is the Head Hutt Mega-Sculpture. You find links to information about that if you're interested down there. I'm Angel. This is the Fit and Free Show. And I'm here just to do a real quick seated relaxation stretching session. Might follow it up with a quick 100 any reps. I have yet again fallen off track. Seems to be a reoccurring theme in my life. And lucky for me, the other reoccurring theme is getting back on track. So whether you're still on track or you've fallen off track or you don't even know what track I'm talking about, in any case, I invite you to join me if you feel like it, to whatever degree feels good in your body. I encourage you to, at the very least, take a deep breath or two, let go of some stress, maybe try jiggling or wiggling or shaking out some body parts in a way that you don't always do. Try something new. I'm gonna, as I mentioned, do a short seated session, so if you can sit on the ground, that's fantastic, so you can root those sits bones into the earth and imagine your spine hanging from somewhere in the sky, nice and long and upright and tall, supported with the abdomen and back muscles there. And actually the spine is well, there's an energetic core probably right in front of that spine. We'll get into that another time. Just taking a couple breaths to bring my attention into that rooted sensation and into that elongated spine sensation. Let's do a couple shoulder shrugs, breathing in, tensing up, and then just letting go, shaking that out. And one more. Shaking that out. I'm going to lift this left arm, leaving that left side rooted in as much as possible. Just come to a nice gentle stretch, just noticing that long feeling on this side, and then back to center, going maybe a little further, noticing at what point that hip wants to unroot, and at what point it starts to just kind of, I start to feel a shift in the weight distribution pretty early on, really, and I am deliberately trying to keep that weight evenly distributed by pushing into that hip, which changes and increases this stretch along the torso. I'm going to bring this hand out to the side. If you're in a chair, you could just use that side of the chair for support. Then I'm going to use that support to kind of push back a little bit to keep this hip on the ground as I increase that side bend a little bit more. Just getting a deeper stretch on the side there. Giving a nice sigh, breath, relaxing stretch into that, and coming back to upright. Shake all that out a little bit, and bringing the other arm up. In my case, that's the right arm, and rooting that right hip into the center of the earth. Really just, again, noticing where the weight starts to shift, where that hip wants to come unrooted, and just playing with that a little bit and seeing if I can get a nice stretch through here, keeping that hip rooted as possible without the support at first, and then putting this hand down, either stretched out to the side or on the chair, to push back just a little bit to keep that hip rooted, and exploring that side stretch a little bit more. Coming back to upright, stretching that, shaking that out. Just some nice relaxing exhaling sighs feels in order for me. It's important to listen to what feels good for you. See if there's a sound that wants to come out, and if you're not sure, I encourage you to play with a nice sigh or a ooh. Sometimes that feels more appropriate. Sag for a minute and let go, and then pick back up, shake out. Or how about just letting go? Play with some different sounds. See what feels good, feels like your body needs that. Maybe it just needs to play and explore. I like to do a little rock sway. Speaking of playing and exploring, that feels good in my body. I tend to get real kind of rigid in my chair, I think. So let's add a little twisting. Using my right hand on left leg to get a little twist through the spine. Looking behind the body and then untwisting all of that. Coming back to center. Left hand on right leg, other hand in close to the body if you can. And again, twisting through the core, looking with the eyes behind the body. Noticing how the two sides are different, how they're the same, how they work together to unwind and wind, sway. Give that neck a little extra sway. Got some hitches in that neck. Do be careful of your own neck. Mindful. Maybe careful isn't the right word. Maybe it is. Just notice. Shake that out. I've added clap snaps back to my regimen, although very, very slowly. Having some as yet unexplained inflammatory issues the last few months, although I've had autoimmune type inflammatory issues off and on throughout my life, so there's that explanation. It's not unfamiliar to me, and in my experience, the best thing to do is soothe the body, get myself under that stress threshold so that I'm not reactive to all the things that I tend to be reactive to once I'm near or over that threshold. So on that note, I hope you're doing whatever you need to do to regulate your own stress levels and keep yourself under that spillover inflammation threshold. Remember that you're not alone wherever you are in that journey. Feel free to reach out to me if there's ever anything I can do for you. Check out the description if you want to find ways and things you can do for me, and I thank you if you do. Until next time, peace.